Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. This is the third part of that we are building audio streaming platform similar to Spotify and YouTube type layout. So in previous video, we have worked with the user controller. All the controller we so far built, right? And now it's time to work with audio controller. So if you don't watch my previous video, please do that. Otherwise, you cannot catch up with this episode. Okay. Now, um, we are going to work with this audio controller. Okay. So as I told you, my previous video is that I'm not gonna write code and explain to you. Rather than I can paste it and I can explain line by line, so I can have more time to explain in details every code, so I can decode, right? So that's why I already create the things and I already paste it. Now just I want to explain line by line. So first, on you can see I import audio from audio models and then users, then upload to Cloudinary and then Mongoose. This is the Mongoose library, and the first controller is upload audio, right? So we want to allow users, like login users, they can create audio. Okay, so this is a upload function, and we are using asynchronous function, which means we are going to use await. It takes time, so that's why. And then we are extracting from request body title, category, description, tags, and below that we want to make sure, like author ID, which means user ID, right? So as you know, I already explained multiple times, these users come from middleware, like is login middleware, and yeah. So when we sign up or login, we assign this user ID, right? And this is the request dot user, and this is the chaining. So it means if your user ID is undefined, the code is not gonna crash. But let's say if you don't put this question mark, which means it's a optional chaining. But if your user ID is undefined, so uh, your like code gonna be crash. So that's why. And then after that, also we are extracting thumbnail image and audio file from request files. And if they don't provide, I just make it empty object. Okay. And now I want to ensure authenticate users. So here I'm using Mongoose library, so where you can see types and object method. Okay, so inside I provide is valid method also, and then I'm just checking author ID. If you do not use Mongoose, don't worry, you can use my previous, the way I use in my previous controller. Okay, but here I want to show you the new things, so you can learn multiple ways. And this is a author ID come from middleware, right? And then I'm checking if this middleware is not there, and this middleware, sorry, this author ID and this author ID, if they're not, maybe, right? So I want to valid. So yeah, Mongoose valid the object ID. And if it's true, as you know, if I'm using if state block, okay, so this block, which means if inside this parenthesis, if true, then run this block of code. So which means if it's true, so I can send to frontend like status code 401, which means unauthorized, please log in. So which means user are not login user. So they can see, hey man, you're not a login user, just please log in. So you can access the uploading features, right? So after do that, to make sure they are logged in or not, and then I want to validate what they send from front end, maybe audio file, maybe image file. So I'm checking it. Is that it's required. Without image file, image file or a audio file, you cannot upload. So on the back end, I'm just ensuring they provide these two. It's necessary. So if if thumbnail is not provided and audio title is not provided, which means it's true. So we are using not operator. So not operator means if it's true, not operator make it false, right? And it's a or operator, right? It's a or comparison, right? So we are like both required, valid required files. And like yeah, if you maybe you are just putting and, it makes more sense, right? Let me an operator, that means both are required. Thumbnail and audio files are required, right? So you have to provide both. And if it's false or if it's true, that means run this block of code. Message false, thumbnail and audio files are required, right? And if it's not false, skip that code. Well, this block of code will run. Okay, so here I'm just managing upload files concurrently to Cloudinary, which means thumbnail upload and audio upload both are we are managing simultaneously on Cloudinary. Once you submit your entire document, so here I'm just uploading both concurrently to Cloudinary. So this block of code is all about. So we are structuring the thumbnail upload and audio upload, okay, and we are using await because it takes time, and we are using promise. So when you use promise, which means we are managing a multiple data or multiple things at once, right? So we are using wall, whatever inside this in an array, if you're sending, so it's gonna work at same times. So this is upload to Cloudinary. I think it's a helper function, like it's a uploading to Cloudinary function. So I call here, and then I assign like a thumbnail image, and this is a path, and this path come from this this upload helper function, and then it's a folder name. Similarly for audio file, and I think on Cloudinary they treat all the things except image as a video, and this block is all about to managing upload file and like thumbnail upload and audio upload, and here I manage concurrently, right? And after that, once you process all the data, what you get from front end, and now it's time to create instant audio instant, because as I told you again and again, I'm repeating, one backend, okay, one backend on MongoDB. In a MongoDB, it's a no SQL database, which means it's object JSON. Okay, it's a JSON object format. So in every we have multiple collection, and inside collection we have document, and from model schema we create all the structure, the way we want to structure our user data, or maybe our project data, or our platform data. So we have multiple user models, and based on user model we want to create. So when we want to initialize our model, which means we are creating collection. Okay, so inside the collection, because in any platform not only one user is there, so multiple user is there. The more user we have, the more document we have, right? So that is the thing. So I'm just instant, or I'm just creating a new object instant or audio instant, right? Or audio object. So we have to use this new keyword, because this new keyword ensure to create a new instant, and we are assigned entire data inside new audio variable. Okay, so we are passing all the data like author. So this author comes from author id, and this author id comes from middlewares, and then title, description, category, and thumbnail. So thumbnail upload secure url. We are caring about secure url. As I told you my previous video, like this secret URL comes from Cloudinary. A lot of data is out there, but now we are caring about secret URL, similar to for audio URL. So upload dot secret URL. So this is a variable name we are destructuring here. Just we are accessing this secret URL with this variable, and now after creating this instant, we have to save this entire document inside MongoDB. So there is a method called save. So we have to call this save method, and here we did, right? And then after that, processing all the code, and then we have to send a message to frontend, and that message is 201, which means it's created successfully. So success true, and message audio upload successfully, and then we are sending entire new audio to the front end. Okay, right. And then this is a catch block. So console.error for debugging purpose, the message upload audio error, and this is the another response. If inside try block, if code is not working or code is failed, so this catch block will run, and yeah, this catch block runs, right? And we are sending 500 status code, which means internal server error, and the success false message upload to fail to upload audio, right? So this is all about upload audio like controller. So yeah, and now we are going to work with get audio by id, which means as a users on my platform or any platform, you can see or you can watch or you can listen any content. Okay, so get by audio id. So let's say you can see a lot of content. So if you want to click particular content, so that content redirect you to the content page, so where you can see that video or listen to that audio, right? So for in order to achieve that things, we have to create these things. So we can navigate any document with help of their id. So that particular document we are interested on, we can consume. So yeah, so similar things, we are using asynchronous function, and then also we are using try catch block. So inside try, if the code is not working or code is not executing, so the error we have, we can send through catch block. Okay, so this is the requisite params, and we are destructuring the audio id. If you don't use audio id like destructuring, so we have to use double audio id here and also dot here like audio. But I already explained you a different type of ways, so I like to prefer both, but now here I'm using destructuring. Okay, and it's a params. So I want to say again is that the way you mention here, you have to handle routers on routers. Okay, so when I will creating when I will be creating a router, I back like I also explain to you these things, how actually it's work. And then after accessing or this extracting the audio id, I want to find that audio inside my audio document, if it exists or not. Audio collection. Let's say I'm sending this audio ID. This is a find by ID. It's a method from MongoDB, and we are passing this audio ID, and then we are using await. As you know, await means it takes time. It's an asynchronous function, and then if the if the audio ID exists, that means I'm just gonna assign entire things audio. So it's gonna be true or false. So all the data inside here now. If the audio ID exists. So and then I want to populate the data. So first populate is a method from MongoDB, and which allow us to show the data, because because we are using multiple collection, and every collection have the relationships between multiple collection. Okay, so how you can understand, that's why we are using populate. And so here first populate, we are interested on just author profile image and name. And second populate, we want to show like comments, whatever comments on audio, we want to display on our front end. So if you watch YouTube, so you can see who upload who post their comment or write their comment. So you can see, right, you can scroll their comment, how it's happening, how you to manage, because they have a controller. Okay, so you comment on it and then they display. So so that is the things we are going to achieve. So populate. So so we have nested populate, because it's a populate, and then we have comments path. It's a collection. Okay, and then populate. Inside populate, we want to actually display the specific things. There's author. Inside author, name and profile image. Actually, who the users, like who already who comment on that audio. So guys, you can see on a YouTube who comment. You can see their name and profile image. So that is the things we want to achieve, right? Nothing else. And then we are using option. That means you want to sort it. So sort comment by newest first. So who are comment on firstly. So like it's new comment we want to show on the top. And after doing this, we want to make sure that audio exists. So here this block of code we are just trying to ensure. So this audio comes from this audio, right? This audio. So if it's not true, or if it's true, which means this audio does not exist. So this block runs. And we are sending 404 message and dot JSON object. Success false, message audio not found. And then if it's true, that means it becomes false. So when it becomes false, this code will escape, and then I'm gonna send a response with start code 200 with JSON object. Success true, message audio successfully fetch. And this audio is this entire audio. Okay, this entire whatever data inside that audio collection, audio document, we are going to display on front end. And if any or if any error or failure is happening inside try block, we can catch inside this catch block. So I think okay, this is get audio by ID controller. Okay, and now third controller is get all audio. So in this controller, so you guys watch YouTube. So on a home page you can see multiple audios, sorry, multiple videos, or on Spotify you can see multiple audios, and then if you click on particular things, so you can redirect. So that redirection, like particular audio, this controller is help us, and this controller help us to show all the audio, right? You can understand in that way. So uh, I'm using try block catch, and here just I'm initialize this entire uh, late. So because I want to reuse it, so first I'm just restructuring all the things. First query time, page 1, limit 10, author, category, search, sort, because I'm going to use pagination. So that's why this page and limit is helpful, and we are just extracting from requested query, because whatever things we are putting on one search bar, so we can understand it, right? And then we are converting this page and limit to numbers. So we have to parse in page and parse in limit, and then entire things we are assigned here, page and limit. And then if the first request set the query time to the current timestamp, right? So yeah, which means if the first query it's false, that means add these things, run this code, which means we are updating new date. This is a new keyword, and yeah, we are instance, like date time, and we are converting to a string, right? And then base query, fetch videos created before or at the first query time to ensure consistency. So I also maintaining these things. So this is a MongoDB. Yeah, and similar things, we are passing this first query time, and we are just creating a new time, and then we are assign this entire things into query, and then filter by author if provided. So if author is provided, so we can handle here author. If true, then run this code, query.author is equal to author, right? And then filter by category if provided. If we provide category to find that content, or so yeah, this code helpful for that. So similar things, we send category, if true, then run this code, then we assign inside query.category and then category, and then search functionality across multiple field, right? Search functionality across multiple field. So we are providing search, and then if it's true, run this entire block of code. So queried or not, then we are sending array. So we are using MongoDB regex operator. So title, and we are interested if any query from title, let's say we have title, you can do it. If you search, you can do it. So if any content align with this, you can do it. So this line of code can understand, and that can show you, similar to description, category, tags. So I'm caring about these 4 things. Okay, on YouTube have algorithm. Okay, so based on their algorithm, they can suggest you. But on my platform, so far now, we are just caring about title, description, category, tags. So if you search on it, and if your search query match with these 4 things, title, description, category, tags, I'm gonna show you that content to you, right? So and it's a case incentive, like in yeah, case incentive, yeah, city, right? So that means it doesn't matter you are writing, you are putting capital letter or maybe small letter, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I can handle the things. If you search on block letter, so it doesn't matter at all. So yeah, and then we are sorting. So we are creating sort option variable, and then we are assigning these things, time, and then also popularity. Sort is popularity, then show these things. Yeah, followed by most viewed if popular is selected, right? And then also I'm just going to carry about total audios and total page. Okay, so I can show you how many contents is there. Okay, so yeah, particular, let's say you search, you select popularity, so uh, you can see based on this popularity we have 10 content, 20 content, whatever it is we can get. And if the whatever the availability is on my MongoDB or my database, I can show you. And particularly for pagination, right? So yeah, it helps to show the pagination. So total audios, then I use await, and this is the count documents. It's a MongoDB method, so it automatically count. Okay, and then we send the query. Then also we use math method, and this is a math library, and inside that math library we have cell method. So we are just we are just round up these things, total audio by limit, and then total page, and then we are fetching the video with pagination and sorting. So this is variable name audios, and audio, it's a audio document, audio collection, and this is a find method from MongoDB, and we are sending query. So is this query match, assign entire things, these things, audios, and then we are using sort option. This sort option is comes from here, right? Descending order, and then skip page 1 limit, skip item for pagination, right? And then limit result per page, and then populate author name profile image, and then send the response. So we are sending this way because of we are only interested on this data. So the message is 200, and we are sending JSON object like this: success true, message audio fetch successfully. And first query, okay, page limit, total page, total audios, and audios, whatever inside this audio we can we can we will show to audios or to users, right? Yeah, and then cat block. So I think you understand it. This is my get all audios, and then toggle like audio and toggle like bookmark audio. These two things I think you use any platform. So if I talk about particularly YouTube, so you can see the save button or like button. So once you save it, which means you want to see that video later, because right now you don't have time. Okay, so on your profile you can see this whatever video you save. So that is called bookmark. Okay, so with help of this controller we are going to achieve that. And toggle like audio. So on YouTube also you can notice if you like any content, so YouTube create a playlist, okay, or yeah, so in that playlist you can see all the like video, okay, or like content, whatever you did, so you can go through from that array from that playlist. Okay, so that is the things. Not only we can show the likes, likes number, but you also handle, you can see on your profile page. So that is the things we are going to achieve with help of this like toggle like audio. So let's understand both. I'm so excited. Okay, so as you know we are using asynchronous function. Okay, similar things, we are extracting audio ID from params, and we are using destructuring. And then also we are handling, we are extracting, like here we are not destructuring, like authenticate user ID. So, and this comes from middleware. I think similar things I explained multiple times, and here just we are console login, right? And then we validate authentication. If it's not true, that means login user is not login. You must be login to like or unlike audio. I think guys, you watch a lot of website, all right, and where you can watch the content, but you cannot do any action. Maybe you cannot like it, or maybe you cannot comment it. So that is the things, yeah. So I already created a middleware. So that's so for that, yeah. So that is helpful for middleware. Okay, so that is the use case of middleware. You can use the middleware to check you are logging or not. If you're not logging, I'm not gonna allow you to do any action. So you can watch my content, okay, but you can do it anything. So yeah, so this is the that block of code. So if it's not true, then run this block of code, or if it's true, then skip this. If it's not true, which means if there is a authentic user, so don't run this code. And then yeah, valid audio ID. So this is the Mongoose library. Inside Mongoose library, we have each valid object ID. It's a method, and now we are checking it. Audio ID. If audio is not there, so invalid audio ID. That means it must be object ID. That's why I'm just checking with Mongoose. And then we are checking audio exists or not. So this is the existing audio variable, and inside our audio collection, we are checking audio ID with help of this find by ID method from MongoDB. And then if this audio exists, we assign this existing variable or existing audio. And then if it's not true, so run this block of code, which means I can convert into true because I'm using or operator or not operator. And then the message is audio not found. Okay. And also I'm very interested to check the user document, user is exit or not. So I'm just sending authentic user ID. This comes from middlewares, and if it's true, then I assign here user document, or if it's false, you can see it's a false. Similarly, I'm just sending a message. If user ID exists, that means make it false. Yeah, make it false. Make it true. Yeah, make it false. So when it's false, it's not gonna run this block of code. Or if there is no user ID, so make it true. When it's true, run this block of code, right? And then I just want to determine, I want to check is that user has already liked the audio or not. If they already like any content, so here with this block of code, I'm checking it. So let me show you other things in audio models. This is a like audios user collection. Okay, user document. You can see we have this field like audios. Inside like audios, we have author ID. Inside array, because maybe multiple audio we want to save. That is the thing, right? So yeah, this is the user has already like variable and existing audio. So this existing audio comes from this existing audio, and this existing audio we are getting from audio ID, and that audio ID comes from params, right? and this audio ID means this yeah, this audio collection, and then this audio collection we have likes, we have likes, likes field, right? And then we have users, so we are refer that user document, right? So yeah, so likes and sum, we are using sum. So sum is care about sum is looking for um, this ID, and strict we are using here strict equal to, so this ID and this ID is match, then return this true, return this true. Sum is care about true or false, and yeah, so yeah, true. And if it's true, then inside this user has already, you can see true, or if not exist, you can see false. So now I'm just checking a word use like array field. So this audio, this like audio is array field. No, sorry, I'm just talking about inside this audio. Okay, so this is a update like action, it's a variable name, and we are using ternary operator. If it's true, run this line of code. If it's false, run this line of code, right? So which means if it is, if user already like that content or that audio, so there is a audio ID, inside this variable. Okay, so if it's true, then run this block of code. So guys, as I told you, it will work like toggle. If you click, that means you increase the like count, or if you click again, it's decrease, because we are going to show one button, not like YouTube like button or dislike button. That's why we have this toggle functionality. Okay, so yeah, so if you click, so there is a pull operator from MongoDB, it's removed from that array, from this like field. Okay, so this authentic user ID is going to remove if it gets true, or if it's false, run this block of code or this line of code, which means it increase likes. And what does it mean? It means we want to put this this uh, uh, authenticate user ID inside like array, and we are using add to set operator. I think guys you understand, right? Because I'm explaining in details, and after doing that we have to update that field. So this is our variable name, update audio document, and we're using await, and this is the audio collection, and this is the find by ID and update. This is the method. Inside this method we are passing audio ID. This audio ID comes from yeah, params, right? Yeah, and this is the update like accent, and then you also provide a new, because new makes sure it's new, and then you also populate author and name profile image. That's it. And then also we are update that like audios array inside user document, right? So yeah, we are updating. If it's true, remove from that like audios, this audios, this audio field, this audio field. So we are here using this find by ID and update. So we are passing authenticate user ID, and just we pull audio ID from that like audios, and then we make it true. Or if it's false, we run this block of code. So which means we want to uh, put in the authenticate user ID inside that like audios array. So that is the things we are doing here. So we are passing authenticate user ID, and then inside that we also send our object, like add to set. So and then we're sending to like audios is a field name, and then audio ID and like new date, right? And then we're making it true. So after doing that, we are fetching we fetch update user with populate likes audio ID. Yeah, update users, like find by ID, we're sending authentic users populate, and then path like audio ID. Select, we are caring about title, thumbnail, and author, and then also we are also populate inside populate. It's a nested populate. We care about author and name and profile image. That's the thing, and we are sending this response to OO and success true and message. So this is my message I'm sending this way for debugging purpose. So you can understand on frontend. If it's true, then like remove from this audio. If it's false, audio successfully like, and then similar things. If it's true, make it false. So like. If it's false, make it true. And then enter audio ID, user ID, total likes, users, and yeah, this way we can handle this entire toggle audio ID. Yeah, toggle like audio, right? So I think guys, you are understanding it, right? Now it's time to explain toggle bookmark audio. So similar things, similar logic, but the approach should be unique, right? So let's see. So similar things we are extracting from middlewares, authenticate user ID and audio ID from params. And then also here we are checking it, this user is logged in or not. And also we are checking here that audio is bookmark or not. So we name it audio to bookmark variable. It's a variable name, and we are checking find by ID with help of this audio ID, and this audio ID comes from params. And then if audio not, if this audio false, which means here the audio it's not exist. So run this block of code. Audio not found. It may have been deleted. This is the message. You can customize your message. Okay. So with help of this with this block of code, we are checking the audio is exist or not. And then also here we are checking the user is exist or not. So similar things we already did in previous controller. Okay, so I'm not gonna explain again because the time is passing. And also here you are checking already bookmark. So we also use some user document save audios. So you can see here we have these field names save audios inside user model. So I'm checking here if, and I'm using some method, and so we are checking save audio ID, and this audio ID comes from params, and then this audio ID and this audio ID is similar or not, and this this audio ID comes from params, and this audio ID is a field inside save inside Mongo MongoDB, right? So this para, this audio ID and this audio ID is equals, then true, then assign, then make it true. So yeah, so you can see a code, similar code like like controller. So if it's true, then run this block of code, but if it's false, run this block of code. Similar things. Remove bookmark, use a document, and then save audios. Now I'm using a filter. So filter is doing like, if both is matching, here save audio ID and this audio is matching, so except this audio, this audio ID, whatever we have, just assign inside this user document, except this ID. So which means I want to remove from that array, right? So this is filter. And then similar things, add bookmark. If it's false, that means user user are not, like user didn't, or user don't uh, save that content. So yeah, that's why add their audio ID inside that save array, save audio array. So you are using push. After that, we have to save that document, right? So we are save that user document, and then also we are populate, update user with bookmark, and then user dot find by ID, and that authenticate user ID, and then we populate it, and then we sending message, similar message like for debugging purpose. And yeah, bookmark, it's same users, the entire users, and audio, right? And then this catch block. So as I told you, this block of code and this block of code is similar, like toggle, right? That's why I'm not explaining again, but the main difference I explained. And then update audio as viewed, which means you can see on YouTube, one user can increase one viewership. So how? So with help of this controller, we can understand. Similar things we are doing here, like we are extracting uh, audio ID from params and user ID from uh, middlewares, and then we are also checking here audio is found or not. If the audio ID does not exist, so here you can send the message audio not found, and then we are checking here viewed by. So viewed by current users, audio dot view by. This audio, there is a field in audio model. You can see viewed by. This is the field name, right? So yeah, inside audio collection or audio document, we have viewed by. This is a field name, and we are using some. So and then this view by user ID, and this user ID comes from params, right? And view user ID, and this is comes from user model. Let's see. Audio model, sorry. What? Viewed by, okay, user ID. Okay, yeah, this user ID. Okay. So yeah. So this user ID, yeah, inside is viewed by a field, right? And this user ID comes from middleware. And if they are match, so return true inside viewed by current user. And similar things, if it's true, here I just reverse it, I false. So if it's true, now run this block of code. So if audio hasn't been viewed by the current users, update it as a viewed. So let's say first time you visit that audio, so it increase, or if you visit again, it's not going to increase anymore. That is the things. We are checking inside audio document, find by and update. We are passing audio ID and then add to set viewed by user ID. So here we are putting that user ID inside that viewed by, and then we are increment that view count by 1 to populate author name profile. And here we are return the update audio like this, update audio as viewed, and then we are sending this entire audio ID. And then if it's false, run this block of code. So if audio has already been viewed by current users, just return only message audio already viewed by users, right? Because you already visit and now I increase, and now if you visit again, it doesn't make sense. So here we are, and this way we are handling, and now it's a catch block. So guys, this is the update audio as a viewed. And then the last one, add comment to audio. I think guys, for interactive, so now you in YouTube, like if you like that content, you say, hey, I like this content, I like your approach. Yeah, so a lot of things we are expressing ourselves, right? So that is add comment is helpful. Similar thing guys, we are handling here, we are extracting user ID, and yeah, now you can see I'm not using destructuring. Okay, so I like to provide new ways. Okay, so that's where I'm going to practice practicing. But most of the code in real project, you can see people are using destructuring, because here you see you are using double audio ID here and also here. But if you destructuring, you don't need to. And also I'm validate authenticate users, if user ID exit or not. If not, unauthorized user not login. Also, and then for I'm also extract I'm also extract the content from requested body. So yeah, so that is the things we are valid comment content. So we are using not operator. So type of content, if content is not a string, right, and also content trim, run this block of code, which means content is required and must be non-empty string. So in this segment, we're handling content should be exist and type should be string, and you cannot send an empty string, right? So you should have sent a character. So if it's false, then run this line of code. If it's true, skip this block of code. And here we are finding that audio, which audio we want to comment. So yeah, we are sending this audio, and if audio is not found, then provide the message audio not found. And then we are creating instant a comment object. This is new comment variable name, and this is new keyword, and this is comment collection. And inside this we are sending this object, and that the data we are destructure inside comment models. So this way we are destructuring content, then content trim, and author, user ID, and audio ID. and yeah, like we are linked to comment audio, I think this way. And after creating this, we are sending we are save the document new comment dot save. And yeah, so and now it's time to link each things. So audio dot comments, inside audio document we have comment fields, right? So we are just associate, and yeah, we are linking this audio document inside that audio collection. So audio dot comment, you can see guys, you can see we have comments, we have comments field inside audio document, right? And yeah, so audio dot comments, and then we are assign audio dot comments, and then we are just we are pushing this entire new comment ID inside that comments field. And then after doing that, we are yeah, we save it so that MongoDB can understand, and then we are populating. So this is the variable name populate comment, and comment dot find by ID, we are sending new comment ID, it says it's not here. If you save it, and then we can find here, and then we populate author, name, profile image. After doing that, we are just sending response, success to message, content added successfully, and then we send a comment, populate comment, and this is the catch block. So I think you understand what type of things we are doing here. Okay, so first we process all the data, and then here we are creating a comment instant, and then we save it, and then we are assign this comment object inside this audio object, because MongoDB don't know, so we have to say everything to MongoDB. Okay, because in audio models we have these comments, and we have also comments model. So we process and then we create this instant. Okay, but this audio model don't know what's going on. So because we have, so when you show the audio, so inside that audio it should be there, right? It should be there. So how MongoDB can understand? So we have to tell, hey, we are creating this new object and comment, and now it's time to assign here. So with yeah, so here we are just doing that things, nothing else. So guys, I explained to you all the control audio controller where we are going to use on our front end. So this REST API, it's helpful. Okay, so yeah, this is the basic explanation. And if you don't understand, please comment on what part you don't understand, or I suggest you, I recommend you can use now all the ChatGPT or other AI tools, so you can understand better, right? But yeah, so yeah, I'm doing here, right? The way I'm just sharing the knowledge. If you don't get it, it's totally fine. And yeah, but I hope you can get it, and you can create your own logic. And so we create the controller. Okay, we create what controller, and maybe audio controller, and now we have one controller left. We have one controller left, like a search controller. Okay, so but in this video, I think the video is more than almost 1 hour, so it's time to stop here. One next video we are going to explain the rest of the backend code. So thank you for watching.